Let me welcome you all. Before I proceed further with other details, let me talk about Philips Carbon Black a little bit. This company was incorporated in the year 1962, which means we are talking about more than 50 years of existence of this organization. And I'm sure all of you will understand and appreciate the fact that an organization cannot really exist for more than 50 years unless it has got that inherent strength and depth. So which obviously shows that PCBL has got that strength as an organization, and that's why it survived for more than 50 years. Yes, just like life, we have also seen ups and downs. There were great times for the organization, and also there were challenging and difficult times for us. But somehow we managed to weather them all, and we have reached where we have reached today. Now, to talk about present, let me talk about, say, last 10 years. As I speak now, let me also mention that PCBL is the largest carbon black producer in India, and we are of course proud of it, and we are the 7th largest globally. Coming back to last 10 years or the decade, beginning of this decade, this organization was pretty healthy in terms of financials. In terms of product quality, we are one of the best. In terms of customer base, we had a very, very strong customer base, loyal customer base. In terms of people, we had great professionals in this organization. And all that culminated into great performance as an organization. But possibly, somewhere it also played a role negatively in terms of complacency. The organization became a little bit complacent, and we subsequently saw the impact of that. We observed that. What happened? Let me share with you. About 6-7 years back, China started emerging as a major carbon black player. 42% of global production is there with one country. Somewhere PCBL possibly did not see this as a warning signal. We kept on living in a sphere that we are the best, nobody can really beat us in terms of quality, in terms of service, and so on. Unfortunately, it so happened that was not the case. China turned out to be a very strong player in terms of quality, in terms of service, and it actually came kind of a bolt from the blue, and it actually hit us below the belt when we realized that we are up against a giant and we are not prepared for that. The realization came much later, but unfortunately by that time the damage was done, and we had very difficult time about 5-6 years back where we lost money in crores, and in 2-3 years time we were down by about 150 crores in profitability. That was the time that the senior management of this organization said that, look, it is time that we put our heads together and come out with solution to mitigate this problem. And that is where the transformation journey of this organization began. The entire top management team, they put their heads together, started working on this, and that was the beginning of transformation of Philips Carbon Black. So let me talk about the transformation journey which I just mentioned. It started about roughly 4 years back, which was the year 2013. And as I said, that the senior management team of the organization thought it is time that we put our heads together, come out with some ideas, some solutions, some strategy, so that we can counter the situation which we are facing thanks to emergence from China and also Russia to some extent. So as the first step of the transformation journey, what we did, that we said that it is time that we revisit our vision, which was kind of dated, and it was important that we have a new kind of vision and which is in line with the new outlook of the organization. So the initiative was taken to revisit the vision, and we call it co-creation of vision. The entire organization was involved to co-create the vision, and eventually with lot of effort from people across the organization, we came out with a new vision of the organization. It's a kind of brand new vision for the organization, which you can see on the screen right now. Now let me explain the critical themes or the critical pillars on which this whole vision is standing. You can make out from the vision that there are three critical themes in this vision. The vision is standing on these three pillars. One is called global, the second one is partner, and the third one is people. Let me now explain what do we mean by this. When you say global, we do not really mean that as an organization we need to sell our product globally in every country, or we need to have manufacturing facility across the globe in different countries or regions. When you say global, what we mean is that whatever we do should be of global standard. So therefore, we talk about systems which should be of global standard. We talk about the quality which should be of global standard. We talk about the practices which should be of global standard. To the extent that behavior of people, the etiquette, the manners, customer management, customer service, everything should be of global standard. So anything and everything we do as an organization should be of global standard. That is the concept of being global. Let me now come to the second most critical pillar, which is about partners. And when you talk about partners here, primarily we are talking about our business partners. Now, we strongly believe as an organization, as philosophy, that business partners are our long-term partners. We do not believe in short-term relationship with our business partners. We strongly believe in working together with our partners in terms of providing the right kind of solution, whether it is in terms of product or in terms of service, working together with them in their journey of growth, growing together globally and domestically. So in every aspect, when you talk about global and partnership, we talk about a global standard and partnership of the highest level with our customers. And that is what the definition of partnership as far as we are concerned. Coming to the third and the most critical pillar to my mind is people. We as an organization strongly believe that ultimately it is the people who can make or break an organization. They make the difference to an organization. And therefore, we have tremendous amount of focus on people, in development of people, in development of leadership, in creating the right kind of working atmosphere, working environment, right kind of work culture, where we have strong belief in empowerment. But remember that empowerment also comes with a lot of challenges and accountability. We strongly believe in providing roles which are meaningful, where professionals really enjoy in this company, and I am sure all of you will also enjoy as you go along to take on new challenging roles. So this is about the vision. Our transformation journey started with co-creation of this vision, and basis this vision, then we came out with certain strategic thoughts which eventually also led to revamp and profitability of the organization. So I talked about transformation journey. I also talked about co-creation of vision, and it has got three critical pillars, strategic pillars, global, partnership, and people. Now on the basis of this vision, co-created vision, we eventually came out with certain strategic ideas, business themes. I am not getting into the detail to talk about all the business theme or strategic ideas, but I will touch on one or two critical strategic aspects which are most critical for the organization. But remember one thing, all these business themes or strategic ideas we are talking about, all are evolving around customer and people, our own people who are the asset for the organization. If I have to talk about the most critical business theme which we worked on as a team, as PCBL team, it was transformation of the business strategy. To make you understand, let me tell you that in the past PCBL was primarily focused on the national market. We are known as a player in the national market, very strong national market player, domestic market player. And international market presence was more on sporadic basis. We are not there on regular basis. As and when there was excess material available in India, we used to sell it in the international market. So first thing we changed was that approach towards the international market. We said, look, the entire globe is our market today. India is one of the critical markets in that global market, and it will not be a surplus management. Entire globe will be treated equally at par with India. So it was more of a change in the thinking of people and the culture, and that reflected on our business relationship with our international customers. Today I can say that we look at the entire globe as our market, and we act accordingly in every respect, whether it is product, quality, or it is service or customer relationship. The other critical thing we changed was, in the past we were primarily focused on rubber black production, which means what? The carbon black which we produce, it goes into only rubber application. It used to go that way. But carbon black also goes, for your information, in a lot of other applications like plastic, like paint, like coatings, so on and so forth. And these are value-added products which can give you better return, better profitability. And we are actually not present in this particular segment. So the business strategy change was that we wanted to move from only rubber black to an organization of rubber plus, we call this other part as specialty black. So we said we will move from rubber to rubber and specialty black. So that was the major change in our specialty. As I speak now, we have already reached about 8% of our total production volume in specialty, and we are the 4th largest globally in terms of specialty black today. So this was a major change in the business strategy. Another business theme I'll talk about, which is a change across the organization in terms of work culture and efficiency improvement, wherein we talked about that journey of excellence which will be applicable across the whole organization, covering all the function, whether it is HR or purchase or production or manufacturing or engineering. So whatever we do, it should be of the highest standard, and that's what we have defined as journey of excellence. Eventually, combination of these two and a few other business themes led to a better result in terms of profitability and the financial health of the organization. We turned positive about 3 years back finally, and today we are definitely on course of our journey to go to the next level of efficiency improvement and profitability. As I speak now, we also realize that the basis, the vision, the themes which we worked on, it has almost reached a stage where we can say that it is maturing, or we are very close to the maturity, and therefore there is a need for looking at the next level of journey. In the year of 2017, we had another round of brainstorming session. We started across the organization, where we define it as I next or imagine next. So it is more of co-creation of future now, looking at today's situation and co-creating the future for tomorrow for Philips Carbon Black. And you guys are coming on board to participate in co-creating that future for Philips Carbon Black. iNext is going to talk about going beyond your boundaries, going beyond your day-to-day work, and imagine something. It may be a blue sky thinking at some point of time, but going beyond your boundaries and imagine something which is not in the horizon today.